Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Al Stock Trade. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and just mention something incredibly important regarding the dark pool. Now, I've been getting a lot of requests to talk about shorts and dark pool and what does our data say about these things. And I've been very, I hear you. I have it written down on a list, and we will be making a video of that in the future. Okay. It's just right now there's a lot going on in terms of my professional life, which is to become a medical doctor. Okay. But I saw that one of our subscribers here and one of our clients for our members for this data set here found something interesting, right? And again, there's a lot of hidden gems and hidden data sets to help you in the stock market within this terminal. There's so much that I just don't have right now the time to pretty much tell them all what's involved. But he's part of our lifetime access, and as you can see here, our original member here, if you go back up top, I remember Dish posting a screenshot of one. Oh, here it is. Yeah, who uses light mode? Use dark mode is where it's at. That's why I wasn't able to find it. He said, essentially, look what I found, right? And we saw a dark pool trade for CLOV. I believe it was today at 158. Now, let's go backwards here, and we can see that our member went ahead and purchased more. Okay, so very quickly, you can see that CLOV just had a large block trade for the dark pool. So what the hell does this mean? So if we go here, and if you go up top, this is our AI autos, which sends you messages and signals when there's stock breakouts or when there's large buys, what have you. Let's go ahead and show you here. We have this thing called Learn, right? And I give you a little quick description of what each data set will tell you. And the one that our member picked up at was this one here: unusual large dark pool and block trades that are large proportion to of the market cap, right? So what we see here, and if we go ahead and look at the dark pool trades for Clover, and let me just give you some historical context, because again, I haven't had time to show you the intricacies of what our stock terminal can do, and the democratizing financial literacy to all retail investors is because I'm building it. I'm trying to get the right resources in here, and later on we can put the pieces together. But back on December 5th, 15. So if you look at December 15, right here, December 15, we had a CLOV block trade, okay? And there was a nice signal because we got a large block trade. Someone in the dark, in the dark pools had an amount of 264,000 shares. Now, it may not be a lot. Well, what is $250,000, right? In conjunction to companies that I usually look at, which are in the $1 billion range or sometimes in the trillion. But if you look at the market cap and you analyze the data here, you can see then that's pretty impressive. Okay, so if you go back here, December 15 at 8:28 a.m. So if we go back 6 months, and if you look at December 15, we're right here. There was a block trade at $1.04. And if we zoom out here, another block trade on January 9, right here. This time in a higher amount with shares. Okay, but let's go back to the original. Okay, what you can see here, if you look at this, a beautiful increase of 26% plus. There has been a lot of buying happening here within the dark pools. Sadly, retail investors don't get access to this. Sometimes they can kind of see a glimpse of it in level 2, which there was some circulation, but it's just very, you got to be on top of it, right? Now, I hate to pick on what's his name, Graham Stephan. Somebody sent me a message on our stock term, like, man, this guy, this guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Now, if we go to, let's say here, if you go to sell something with why I'm selling, he makes a video saying why I'm selling my stocks. And if you go here, he literally had it on December 16 of 2022. So December 16 of 2022, he literally sold when smart money block traders were buying. And I mean, if you look at Coinbase and if you look at their stock, and again, I haven't had time to share with you guys this, but if you look up 6 months, December, he made the video around December 15. Look at that, 122% gain. Just, he literally started selling near the bottom here, and look at that ride. Now, I'm not saying that we're not going to be remeeting these bottoms, but it just cares to show you that a lot of these folks don't know what the hell they're talking about, right? And unfortunately, they get all the views, and you kind of almost have to have a Contrarian method, which is why a lot of folks come. I mean, there's a lot of smart, there's a lot of smart people on the stock terminal, because yes, we do have a small channel relative to Graham Stephan, but the data that we present makes sense, right? It makes sense. So why did I make this video now? Well, if you look at the block trade today at 2:58 p.m., we got another block trade amount at $1.11. Okay. So what I'm trying to basically share with you guys is that smart money is actually coming in and going in hard on this company. Okay. Now, what you're going to see is the social sentiment start deteriorating, start dropping. But we do have earnings coming up, so that could basically create a great spike. But whenever the stock goes down hard, I know theoretically, or not theoretically, in reality, it's very difficult to buy because of just kind of how we're wired, right? We're wired for fight or flight. And sometimes both. Sometimes, you can fight and flight at the same time, right? And when you see a bunch of red, your brain, if you don't have the experience, no matter how many books you read, your brain gets hijacked, right? It's a very difficult thing to control your emotions. But I am welcoming Clover dropping lower. I aspire for it to drop even lower. Don't kill me, Clover management team. But the better the deal, why not? Right? Why not? But overall, I wanted to share with you this. Our members were able to pick up on this, and my apologies for not sharing you this data set earlier, because we this is not like something new. We've been getting this since June 7th of 2022. You can search it when you look at Darkpool and then CLOV and type in whatever ticker you want, and you can utilize our platform. But overall, good evening, Sandy. Hello, Foresight Finance. And yes, sir. So, but overall, I just wanted to go ahead and share with you guys this, as I understand, this company has been really heavily attacked based off of it being a SPAC. And I believe that this company definitely has potential. And I am very excited to be with you along this mission as we kind of dissect what all this data means. And, I look forward to sharing my opinion on the next earnings report. I may not be able to be with you during the morning. I'm going to see It depends how early they are, but I do have to, again, my aspirations is not to become a YouTuber. It's to become a physician. But this is a hobby for me to help, and this data set is a uh, something that sadly and weirdly enough is I like to do on my free time, which is kind of weird, but I just love numbers overall. And also I would like to also set myself up for a great future with my portfolio, which I found that lots of folks don't have the necessary resources to do that. So, which is why we built this thing from the ground up. All right, guys, it's a privilege and honor, and I will see you on the next one. And if you would like to look at this, we do have a 7-day free trial link down below for people that are interested. And again, our mission is plain and simple. We want to help retail investors thrive in any market condition, right? And then maybe this might be a good for the next video. I'm going to read it out loud so I can re-go back to the video to watch it if I forget. So can you demonstrate any evidence that any so-called smart money owns Clover Health as part of the portfolio outside of index plays? No market or industry specific indices, but solely strategy. You can go ahead and take a look at SEC filings that have, like in terms of institutional investors, that have essentially purchased Clover. So you can essentially look at those SECs 13 D or G and look through them. And we can go ahead and make a video on that in terms of what institutions are doubling down. If you want a quicker way, there is some information on the Reddit page. People do post those, but you can go ahead and look at those. These are, for people that don't know, these are SEC 13 D/G. Or let me just better say, what are so 13DG, commonly referred as beneficial ownership reports. They are essentially tells you who buys and who sells. They're a bit obviously they have to there's certain criteria of who meets the filing requirements, which I consider smart money, right? And they're usually delayed by around 3 months or so, but they usually show a historic trend. So you can go ahead and take a look at those. Alrighty, we'll make a video on that though. That's definitely a good question. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one.